Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to talk about standing 10 toes down. And I'm going to say this again. I like to talk about unpopular topics. I don't really want to talk about who getting pregnant by who, catching a football. I want to talk about real topics for survival. And I want to talk about 10 toes down. Let me tell you guys something. When you're in your 20s, 9 out of 10, it's natural. Go to college, it's natural. Have a lot of friends, it's natural. Mess with a lot of women. But we're talking about going into your 40s. I just want to tell you that once you hit your 40s, listen, it's 10 toes down for real. And I'm going to say this again. Once you hit your 40s, it's 10 toes down for real. So if you're watching this video at 18, listen, you probably going to think I got it wild, but it's okay. Because guess what? When you hit 40, you can always go back in the archives. And I'm going to say this again. Listen, when you hit 40, you can always go back in the archives. You can always go back in the hard drive. Let it breathe. Now, with that being said, I just want to tell you, at my age, I don't believe in a community. Now, I do YouTube. A lot of people always want to say, stick with your own kind. I don't have a kind. My kind is righteousness. And I'm going to say this again. My kind is love your neighbor like you'll love yourself. When it's all said and done, my kind is if you look like me, you'll never call another person swine. That's my kind. And I'm going to say this again. My kind is if you look like me, you'll never call another person swine. That's my kind. Other than that, a lot of people feel like they could say whatever just because you guys look alike. And they will never say it to that person's face, but they'll say to you, hoping that you could keep it secret. When it's all said and done, let me tell you guys something. A lot of people want to fit in. Screw fitting in. And I'm going to say this again. A lot of people want to fit in. Screw fitting in. You got to think, as a man, if you really got your life together, if you really established, if you really got your own ecosystem and not an ecosystem, when it's all said and done, you don't need friends. And I'm going to say this again, you do not need friends. Now, I'll reach out to a couple people from high school just to see if they still breathing. But other than that, listen, I'm 39 years old. I turned 40 in a couple months. And when it's all said and done, listen, if somebody say, listen, stick with your own kind, I'm going to say who? When things hit the fan, you feel me? When it's all said and done, can I go to somebody look like me and ask for 10,000? They're not going to give it to me. When things hit the fan, you feel me? If back against the wall, can I go to somebody to look like me and say, let me get 20,000? No. So what kind? You don't have a kind. When it's all said and done, and I'm going to say this again, once you hit hard times, you're going to realize, listen, you don't have a kind. You don't have a community. They try to tell us lies that we're of this flag, we're of this ethnicity. Let me tell you guys something. Once you hit hard times, you cannot pull from anybody in your ethnicity. Once you hit hard times, you cannot pull from a stranger. You cannot pull 10,000 from a stranger at the gas station. You cannot pull 20,000 from somebody at a car wash. When it's all said and done, if anybody try to tell you you're more superior, you're more dominant, where's the resources? Like back in the day, they used to ask, where's the cream filling? Listen, they try to program people to believe that we're the most dominant species, we're the most dominant gene, but where's the resources? And I'm going to say this again, where is the resources? Don't let anybody pollute your mind that your flag is better than the next one. Let it breathe. Do not let anybody pollute your mind, because I'm so lit. Do not let anybody pollute your mind that your flag is better than the next man's flag. Do not let anybody pollute your mind that your ethnicity is better than the next ethnicity and you guys are stronger than the other guys. When it's all said and done, these are people with weak minds. Stand 10 toes down. As a man, you got to carry yourself like a warrior. And I'm going to say this again. As a man, you got to carry yourself like a warrior. Listen, when you 10 toes down, you're not dependent on anybody to have your right. You're not dependent on anybody to have your left. When it's all said and done, you don't join no groups. You're not down with the right or the left. When you're back against the wall, it's time to ball. Listen, they're going to get the right or they're going to get the left. When it's all said and done, that's it. You better get right or you're going to get left. Follow the wordplay. And I'm going to say this again. When you stand 10 toes down, you're not dependent on another man to have your right. You're not dependent on another man to have your left. You don't get into interest groups. You don't care about the right. You don't care about the left. Back against the wall, I'm a ball. They're going to get the right. They're going to get the left. You better get right or you're going to get left. It's simple. You guys have to understand, in the age of social media, you could build your own ecosystem. You don't even have to network with people. You just keep doing your thing. You feel me? You keep watering the plant with consistency. I already told you guys. Once you plant the seed, all you can do is water it with consistency. And I'm going to say this again. Once you plant the seed, all you can do is water it with consistency. Listen, a lot of people, they're looking at comments. Content creators should care less about comments and more on content. and enough with the nonsense. And I'm gonna say this again, content creators, we can care less about the comments, focus on the content, and enough of the nonsense. When it's all said and done, a lot of people talk about YouTubers, but they don't create content. So if they're not in a game, what does that mean? It's all talk. And I'm gonna say this again, if they're not in a game, it's all talk. You guys have to understand. You don't have a con. Listen, when people say, listen, I want to see more of our people in certain positions, those people are weak. When it's all said and done, listen, what about you? Where are you? Where is your position? What do you own? You guys have to understand, people be watching what other people own, and they be happy just to see somebody that look like themselves own something. But the real question is, what do you own? What do you have? We need to stop focusing on what other people that look like us have. We need to stop focusing on what other people are doing and start focusing on what we have going on. You guys have to understand, I got a whole lot. And I'm going to say this again, I'm doing a lot. I got a whole lot. I could care less if less people look like me make it. I could care less if people that look like me drive a certain car. I could care less. That's for weak minds. You guys have to understand, you don't have a group. When things hit the fan and you need about 30, 40 grand, you don't have a group. You might have Chase. You might have Bank of America. You might have a credit union. You might have Navy Federal. That should be the only, listen, that should be the only community, the bank. It's the only community that you need to be a part of. And I'm going to say this again. The bank is the only community that you need to be a part of. You guys have to understand, a lot of people, they try to tell me, stick with my own kind. I don't have a kind. And I'm going to say this again, a lot of people always want to tell me I should stick with my own kind. Listen, let me tell you guys something. I don't have a kind. And I'm going to say this again, I do not have a kind. When it's all said and done, I am literally an introvert. I stand 10 toes down. When it's all said and done, I believe I'm the life of the party. So if I'm the life of the party, why would I need to lick with that dude from Atlanta? And I'm the life of the party here in Phoenix. Whatever they doing in Atlanta, whatever they doing in Buckhead, it is what it is. Let them do whatever they doing in Buckhead. I live in Phoenix. I could care less about what somebody doing in Buckhead. I don't need to network with nobody in Atlanta. When it's all said and done, wherever I'm at, I'm the life of the party. I don't need friends. I don't need a link up. Trust and believe, 4 channels on deck. I don't need a shout out. Matter of fact, dudes would never shout me out on YouTube. And I'm going to say this again, they will never shout me out on YouTube. But guess what? I don't need it. 4 channels popping off, I don't need a shout out. 4 channels popping out, I don't need the hype. 4 channels popping off, I don't need a promo. 4 channels popping off, shout out to the FLS. When it's all said and done, we stay on go. I don't need help. Get to the point in life where you got to understand you don't need help, because when it's all said and done, sometimes you think you got people in your corner. Sometimes, let me tell you guys something. When it's all said and done, a lot of people are bitter. They're caught up in division. They bought into the lies of society. They really think that a lot of people have more dominant genes than the other. Listen, that's stupid. That is downright stupid. God created us. You feel me? So at the end of the day, a lot of people want to say, oh, we're the more dominant gene. Where's the resources? Like they say, where's the Queen Frilla? Where's the resources? We're supposed to, listen, we're taught by our quote unquote parents that we're the stronger gene, but your dad wouldn't even give you 20K. Your dad want to give you 40K, but you're supposed to think that your ethnicity is a stronger gene. Man, listen, stop the cap. So all you dudes, you're out there 18 to 20, listen up. You don't have a community. And if you roll with a community, that comes with control. As a man, you gotta, listen, other than paying Uncle Sam, you gotta break free away from the control. And I'm gonna say this again. When you start going to events, community events, tribal events, you start doing community things, you start getting caught up in the community, that comes with control. You can't date certain people. You can't get caught with certain people. It comes with control. Listen, stay away from all communities. And I'm telling you straight up. Stay away from people that talk about stick with your own kind. We need to see more people like us doing more things in more social spaces. When it's all said and done, man, 10 toes down. Listen, shout out to all the women, salute all the women. But like I said, this channel right here, we work with the men. I believe at the end of the day, we are the head. So listen, if we work with men, guess what? We're going to have a better society. And I'm going to say this again. If we work with the men, guess what? We're going to have a better society. We're going to have better fathers. We're going to have a better everything. You feel me? So when it's all said and done, as a man, 10 toes down. 10 toes down. Do for you. Do for others, that will do for you. And I'm going to say this again. Do for others, that will do for you. You feel me? Don't be over too generous. When it's all said and done, when people hit hard times, I don't throw people a stack. I don't throw people 800. You feel me? But when it's all said and done, when my time came, people looking at me like, ain't no ain't no what. When it's all said and done, it's up. And I'm gonna say this again, ain't no and ain't no what. It's up. And it's stuck. And it ain't, listen, it's over. It's game over. I'm talking to everybody out there. Stop feeling that you need a community. Stop feeling that you need to be a part of something. And start something. And I'm gonna say this again. Stop feeling that you need to be a part of something. Just start something. Most people don't have anything. So they're tied into a game. They're tied into a program. They're tied into a chip. They don't own anything. You see what I'm saying? Instead of starting a business, starting an LLC, focusing on a championship, they're tied into a program. They're tied into a chip. You guys have to understand. It's a beautiful world. All ethnicities getting money. Shout out to Saudi Arabia. Shout out to Switzerland. You feel me? Shout out to Monaco. Shout out to Nigeria. You feel me? Shout out to South Africa. You feel me? Shout out Phoenix. Shout out North Carolina. We all out here. We all stepping. We all repping. You feel me? We all VIP. We all in this section. Now I'm gonna say this again. Shout out to everybody all around the world. Know the vibe. You feel me? We all stepping, we all repping, we all VIP, we all important people, we all in a section, we all outside, we all in the building, we all outside, we going hard to make a living. You see what I'm saying? Hunt every day, you feel me? Pray for the prey. And I'm gonna say this again, we hunt every day, we pray for the prey. You don't have any people. Stop thinking that dude, because he's from Atlanta, is your people. Stop thinking because that dude is from Louisiana, that's your people. Stop thinking because that dude is from Orlando and he looked like you, that's your people. That's how they gonna rob you blind. Ain't nobody your people. When it's all said and done, listen, we grown men. Like Drake old single, no new friends, no new friends, no new. One more time, shout out to Toronto. No new friends, no new friends, no new friends. When it's all said and done, you guys, I love my position. I love my mindset. I'm Mr. Keep It Simple. I don't need a shout out. I'm Mr. Keep It Simple. Whatever view I get, that's a view I get. When it's all said and done, whatever sub I get, that's a sub I get. Whatever hate I get, whatever hate I get, whatever love I get, it's whatever love I get. Follow the wordplay. I'm Mr. Keep It Simple. You feel me? Whatever like I get, whatever like I get. Whatever view I get, whatever view I get. Whatever sub I get, whatever sub I get. Whatever hate I get, whatever hate I get. Whatever love I get, whatever love I get. I don't need the help. Trust and believe. Content, when it comes to content, survival times, I'm a lyricist. You feel me? A shout out for me, oh, it could change your life. You feel me? But if they shout me out, they not changing anything. And I'm gonna say this again, they cannot shout me out. You feel me? When it's all said and done, I always have an unstoppable mindset. And whatever I do, I cannot be stopped. That's the mindset you guys have to understand. When you got an unstoppable mindset, you could care less if he looks like you. That's not your brother. And I'm gonna say this again. Just because somebody look like you, that's not your brother. Just because somebody look like you, that's not your tribe. Just because somebody look like you, that's not your community. And I'm gonna say this again. Listen, this goes for everybody out here because they're gonna try to get you caught up in being a nationalist. They're gonna try to get you caught up in you sticking with people just because you guys speak the same language. You stick with people just because you guys got the same tan. You stick with people just because you guys grew up in the same neighborhood. You stick with people just because you from a certain borough. What does that mean? Just because I'm from Brooklyn, you from Brooklyn, you my brother, that's how you gonna get robbed. Just because, you feel me, you out of town and you see some people that look like you and you're like, oh, those are my people, that's how you gonna get robbed. You don't have people. When it's all said and done, listen, on this journey, you might have a few good men. And I'm gonna say this again, on this journey, you might have a few good men. Other than a few good men, you on your own 10 toes down. Like I say, even though I say I'm 10 toes down, when it's all said and done, listen, I got a few good men. And I'm gonna say this again, I got a few good men. So I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I'm strictly 10 toes down. I got a few good men. But other than that, I just wanna say that my few good men, it doesn't have anything to do with ethnicity. It doesn't have anything to do with race. It doesn't have anything to do with skin color. It has everything to do with they stand what I stand for. And that's what manhood is all about. Do we stand for the same things? If we stand for the same things, guess what? That's all that matters. But just because we look alike, and I'm gonna say this again, just because we look alike, we shouldn't have to get bold and shook alike at the same time. Absolutely not. And I'm gonna say this again, just because we look alike, what does that mean? And I'm gonna say this again, just because we look alike, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. They want you to get caught up on things that are base level. It's surface value. It has no real true meaning to it. You feel me? Stop thinking because people look like you, that's your brother. And I'm gonna say this again, stop thinking because people look like you, that's your brother.